broken today's podcast into 3 sections. This is part 1, all about the way that we talk to ourselves. Part 1 is the inner conversation, shaping your mindset from within. There's a lot of tension, a lot of challenges, a lot of negative self-talk going on in our world right now, whether it's from social, the media, or just happening in your current world. And I want to address it so that you can show up better, because we all struggle through this. And so there are some days that are not easy. They're very tough. This business is already tough as it is. On top of that, we deal with a lot of people. They have ups and downs. They have situations. And we're dealing with a massive amount of money that they have in their home or that they're going to put towards a home. So this is Tristan. Hi, how are you doing? This is Your Daily Real Estate. It's a podcast. It's a show, about 5 minutes daily. And if you need this, I've broken this down again into 3 parts. I can send you all the parts together. It's one whole thing. Just message me. And this is episode 699, but it'll also be 700 and 701. So I'm going to put this all together, reference any of those episodes. Let's get into this one. The very first thing I want to talk to you about is self-talk. That's really the starting point of change. It's the starting point of your day. It's the ability to reset from one meeting, one virtual meeting, one phone call to the next, because we may not have had the most amazing conversation or situation, and now we need to go and move on to the next. Or maybe we had a terrible day yesterday, or I don't know, you may be suffering from something physically, emotionally, right? There are a lot of things there, but here's what I wrote down on self-talk. Start by explaining that every person has an ongoing conversation, and explain that to yourself. Like, not just you, right? You have something happening in your head. They do too. Explain that to yourself sometimes. And I think we forget, like, there are other people around who are struggling just like you. And I think we forget. We think, hey, you know what? It's just me. But what are they going through, right? And for you, you probably have thoughts like, hey, I can't take this anymore. Why is this happening to me? Or that was stupid. And that's part of the programming of how you're going to show up, because you're going to be looking for those. If you say, I can't take this anymore, you're going to be like, well, you're going to be feeling that, thinking that. You know, why is this happening to me? Right? This is the type of stuff that really can't be answered longer term, because if it is, it's all negative driven. And I want you to start thinking different, because this is how you start fixing yourself from the inside out. And it's that language that you have to replace. What is it? Because instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Say, hey, I'm feeling something pretty intense right now. Man, this is very emotional. I'm angry right now. There's a little wheel that I have on my left. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm just picking something up really quick. It's a little wheel of emotions that I have. And when I'm journaling, sometimes I look through this and I'm like, what am I currently feeling? Because I don't want to think, why is this happening to me? I can't take this anymore. I want to think more along the lines of, well, what am I feeling? Am I feeling fear, anger, disgust, sadness, happiness, surprise? And if I'm feeling sad, I go through it and I say, well, why am I feeling sad? What's going on? Let's get more clarity on this. Guilty? Am I feeling abandoned, despair, depressed, lonely, bored? And if I'm feeling, let's say I'm feeling depressed, I'm like, wait a second, let's go further. Am I feeling inferior or empty? What's missing? Right? Or if I'm feeling anger, which happens a lot in our world right now, and I'm thinking, man, I feel angry, but I actually feel frustrated. I feel infuriated or irritated. If I feel irritated, what's actually going on? See, because as you go deeper into your thoughts as self-talk, you can have solutions for how you're feeling if you put clear words around it, because it'll say, got it. It's not that was stupid. It's, I could have done that a little bit better. Laugh at yourself and say, Now, okay, now what could I have done a little bit better? Why do I feel stupid? Right? And I'd probably go through this little circle and be like, well, fear, let's go to fear. And I probably felt insecure and I felt inferior, right? That was stupid. But was it? I just felt a little inferior, and that's okay, right? Because it dealt with my ego. You have to start getting more clarity on how you're talking to yourself. That's number one, all right? Number two, and by the way, I have these written out for you, so you can just message me and I'll send them over to you. Number two, what you say to others reveals what you believe about yourself. Phrases like, I'm always like this, or I can never get it right, quietly reinforce limitations. I'm just reading to you what I wrote out for you while my little doggy's barking in the background. Start changing your vocabulary. I think this is where we need to start with gratitude. For me, when I'm looking at the language that I use to other people because of how I talk to myself, it's a defense mechanism, right? Sometimes I feel attacked. Sometimes I feel like people are undermining me, but are they really? And does it really matter? Because it's going to happen all day on social media. I want you to just take a step back and say, wait. And it sounds so weird and simple, but if you approach this with gratitude and you're like, wait a second, I'm just happy to be here, right? Charlie Munger's he's dead now, had a great saying. He'd be like, listen, I'm just happy to be here. He's older, right? He'd be like, I'm just happy that I'm here right now. So thank you for that opportunity, right? And I think this is where you have to start thinking a little further into your day and ask yourself, how do you want to show up today? Because that language is going to show up on how you talk to people. So I want you to start changing your vocabulary. I want you to start a progress. And I would go to ChatGPT and I would go and say, hey, what are some gratitude phrases that I can read every morning for myself? Because when you shift the way you speak to others, it shows up in how they show up for you. It's energy that's contagious. Instead of always coming at people or being offended by what they're saying, you're saying, wait, they're probably going through something. It's an empathy approach, right? And I'm not saying roll over and be weak. Listen, you can choose your battles, but there's a lot of the times that you have to take a step back and approach it with gratitude. And that spoken language can take you a long way because it's going to reflect who you are to other people. Man, that person was aggressive. Man, that person's really genuine and kind. Man, that person was he was very well spoken in the way he said it. He didn't roll over, but he also wasn't mean, right? So speaking about abundance to yourself trains you on how you need to show up for others. Anyway, that's it for today. Those are two. I've got other ones for you. This is part one. So if you like this, message me. It's episode 699, 700, and 701.